All right, man, it's Butch Lord on the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow, and on the phone, my newest, bestest bud in Wichita, Kansas. I have Troy Vargas from Lakota Choppers right here. What's up, Troy?
Hey, how you doing?
Man, I'm still trying to recover from my week in Wichita, brother. I got to get back there for my sweat lodge. I fear that's the only way I'm going to get over that week.
That's the only way.
I was referring, of course, to the sweat lodge as part of Troy's heritage, actually. Troy, you are a Lakota Sioux, yes?
I'm Lakota and Comanche and Mexican.
Wow, that's the mix.
Yeah, it's a mix.
And now you're really with your Lakota heritage, you've been really active in the Lakota community, correct?
Correct. Yes, I have.
That all
what I can for my people.
And that all started with your original business, your truck business. You have a truck shop down there in Wichita. That's where your original first business, yeah?
Yeah. Work on semis and trailers, and got a few Lakota drivers out there I take care of. And then I just decided one day to build a motorcycle.
And that's how Lakota Choppers got started. Is if you were building one for yourself, right?
Yeah, I was building one for myself just to see if I could do it and see how it was going to turn out. Like I said, my creator's given me some really good gifts for me to use.
And they are totally on display in your artwork of your bikes, man. It was evident the first time I came to your shop there in Wichita. I actually got that address from reading the article about your latest creation. I want to see if I say it right. Wonka Tonka? Wonka Tonka, and that's the newest creation from Lakota Choppers, your newest bike, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I knew when I came to your shop, there was a couple of bikes there, and I believe one of them was one of your first ones, right?
Yeah. One of them was my second one I built, and the other one was the third one I built, and the one that had the realistic flames was the one that a buddy of mine died of bone cancer earlier this year.
And that was his bike that you had built for him?
Yeah.
And every one of these bikes that you've turned out so far has kind of got a personal story like that with it, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, they all have a story with them.
And staying in that personal theme with these bikes and the stuff you do in your artwork, that's what led you to do Wonka Tonka, right?
Well, Wonka Tonka, it came to me in a vision, and I built enough bikes so far, and it was time for. I just woke up one day and I was told it was time to build one for the people. And so that's what I created, and it was just before the show, for the big chill.
Oh, so that was that big indoor bike show last February in Wichita.
February, correct. Yeah.
And so you had it done for that was the first time it was on display?
Yeah, that was the first time it got displayed. I started it 25 days before that show, and I finished it just the day before.
Wow. Jeez. If the people, when the people see at my website, you'll be able to see video of this, a complete walk around of this bike, and to think you did that in 25 days, bro. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
2 hours of sleep every night.
Sounds like my weekend in Wichita, man. You also drag race. I got to bring this up. The Cutlass. What year is the Cutlass?
It's an 84 Cutlass with a 406 in it.
With a what in it?
406. Wow. 406 small block.
It is just a monster. Yeah, I saw this beautiful car and was like, then he opened the hood and I said, oh, I get it. This is just a pretty box to put that in, and that being that 406, man.
Yeah, she's a good running car.
Well, I got to go see it at the drag races. That also is on my website. You can go to butchlord.com and see the Cutlass in action. I just got to see you catching a couple of test runs, and you were smoking everybody. It was great. You guys are going to do that in September with your bike, though, right?
Well, the car will be displayed, but I'll be out there on the bikes. You're drag racing with one of my custom motorcycles.
That's the one that's your everyday bike, actually. I want to remind the listeners. The one that you ride around in, you're going to be drag racing. It's so sweet. That's the best, man. That bike is so nice. It's just a rocket, and I actually only seen it come across a parking lot, and the 200 yards or so across the parking lot, I was like, yep. Everybody in the dang comedy club came out when you brought those bikes out. What you did, you brought the bikes out. There'll be pictures on the website of that. They were out at the show, and you actually got to come to the show, and I actually got to meet Rick, who is Rick kind of like a advisor spiritually, maybe?
Yeah. Rick is kind of like a healer. He runs a lodge. He's full-blood Lakota, and I actually just met Rick probably about a month ago. I met Rick, and we became real close friends. I mean, as Lakotas, we always stick together, so, and we all help one another, and that's what I've been helping him a lot. He didn't have a vehicle, and one of my buddies kind of gave him his 2002 Dodge Dakota as a gift so they could have a vehicle to ride around in.
And that's the community helping out the community, which is, again, brings us back to the bike, Wonka Tonka, which is after you got the vision and you built the bike, you've actually been able to arrange it to whereas this thing's going to help out the Lakota community, right?
Yes, it's up to the Lakotas to decide if they want to sell the bike and use the money to help the people, or if they decide they want to keep the bike for themselves. And
display the bike, which is where it's going to start, regardless. It starts on display at the Lakota National Museum in Black Hills, right?
It'll be at Crazy Horses Monument at the kind of like a visitation site place for where they got Crazy Horses Monument getting built.
Right. So it's a visitor center.
Yeah.
First, where is it going to go? This is the best part right here. I get to break this out to the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow listeners, because this bike's going where?
It'll be at Sturgis.
Yes!
It'll be the first time the Lakotas will be part of the Sturgis rally. And I will be taking it down the main strip, and a lot of Lakotas dressed in full warrior wear and headdresses, and be walking me down the main street to display the bike.
That's awesome. Now that's an exclusive right here on the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow, an event at Sturgis with the dedication ceremony of this bike, and it's being turned over to the Lakota Sioux and to be displayed at the Crazy Horse Monument Visitors Center.
It's going to be a real honor to have it there.
Now that's a whole 2-week event that starts
first week of August is when it starts, and then we'll be doing a ceremonial 2 days after I'm there in the hills. Well, up on the mountain there's the Sioux will go up there, and then on the other side of the mountain, the Cheyenne go up there, and they do their rituals up there. I think that's where we're going to do our home leche ceremony.
And that'll be for the blessing the bike?
It's kind of a blessing for the bike and a vision quest.
And we're going to be up there bringing that to you on the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow. I'm also got some other things going on. I'm coming back over to Wichita for that bike event in September, which is the Summer Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're talking about another secret build-off maybe in the works, too, with Lakota choppers that you have to stay tuned to hear more about that. But this is not the last of the Lakota choppers. In fact, this is the first. We're going to be hanging with these guys all the time. It's a brand new, the newest custom bike craze, I'm sure of it, will be Lakota choppers, man, coming out of Wichita, Kansas. This is Troy Vargas here on the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow. We'll be right back with more on the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Bathroom Stall Dirty Joke Writer.
Mr. Bathroom Stall Dirty Joke Writer.
Armed with your trusty marker, you do the impossible. Make an incredibly dirty place even dirtier.
Scribble it down now.
Your jokes make us pee our pants. Lucky for us, they're down around our ankles.
Yeah!
You answer our most vexing question. Whatever happened to the man from Nantucket?
Oh, that's a good one.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, oh ruler of the rhyme. Because when we're looking for a good time, we call you.
Oh, Mr. Bathroom Stall Dirty Joke Writer.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Distributed by Crescent Beer, Mount Jewett.
You're listening to the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow, still on the move. Right now, rolling through a sort of Reader's Digest version of the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow, showcasing some of the highlights of our most recent tour. As always, you can listen to complete interviews and follow us along mile by mile as we tour the country by visiting us online on the web at butchlord.com. Butchlord.com is your all-access pass to the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow. There, you'll find all kinds of cyber treats, including cool audio from the road as we travel, daily updates of photos as we tour. Also, there's a complete audio archives, including the making of the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow, and a calendar page for tracking the tour so you can attend live events if we're in your neighborhood. Check it out at butchlord.com, a hip cat cyber party hosted by David Treadway of DDD Studios in New Orleans, Louisiana, cyber headquarters for the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow.
I hate hippies on speed. Bugs in their hair, no shoes on their feet. So what if Jerry's dead? This weaker sure tastes neat. Draw another picture and do another line. Sit just waste more of my time. I hate hippies, I hate hippies.
The Butch Lord Radio Roadshow is a Glarner Group production produced right here in Frewsburg, New York.